Hello. In this video, we're going to take a look at a homework problem from section 7.1. I believe this is 7.1.3. So let's just take a look at the problem here. It says, consider a sampling distribution with p equal to 0.14 and sample size of n each. Using the appropriate formulas, find the mean and standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the sample proportion. Okay, so the part A, it says wants to know the mean. Well, the mean, here we can see down here, the mean is just simply p, which is 0.14. Okay, and then for this is a standard deviation when there's n equals 4,000. So here I got n equals 4,000. So I like to sometimes use an Excel spreadsheet. You can see here the formulas for sigma p hat is the square root of p times 1 minus p divided by n, and I can just put those formulas in here. And that way, all I have to do is go back and change my n value, and it recalculates my standard deviation. Okay. Now, I want to show on this video though is how to use the TI-84 calculator. So you got to see it. I have it up here on the screen already. But I'm going to show how to put it in from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that. So one of the things when you're using square roots is you're going to want to put everything under the radical in parentheses. I mean, I get a little parenthesis happy. You can't put too many parentheses in usually. You just got to be a little careful. So we see the square root symbol is over here. So you're going to have to hit the blue second button and then that square root. And again, I like to put my entire square root in parentheses. I also like to put my entire numerator in parentheses and my entire denominator in parentheses. So this first parentheses is for my square root. The second one I'm going to put in is for my numerator. So in the numerator, we can see down here we have p, which is 0.14, times, I keep hitting the wrong button, times, now I'll put another parenthesis, 1 minus 0.14, and I'll close that parenthesis. And then again, I need to close my numerator parenthesis, hit divided by, and then since there's only one thing, I'm not going to put in parentheses, but it's 4,000 for this one. Okay, and then I need to put my close parentheses for my whole square root. Then I'll go ahead and hit enter. Okay, so you can see this one's rounded to 0.0055, which is what we have here in our spreadsheet. All right, now notice for part B and part C, it wants to know the mean again for different sizes of n, but the mean p hat doesn't have n in the formula, so it says 0.14 for all of them. So the next thing we want to do is go ahead and try this for n equals 1,000. Okay, so we got 0.0110, but again on the calculator, just to show it again, you hit second and hit square root. Again, I'll put my entire under the radical in parentheses. I'll put my p-value in, that hasn't changed. And then, oops, I'm going to put the multiplication symbol, and then I want 1 minus p, which is 0.14. Okay. And then I'll do divided by 1,000. Now, I didn't put the whole numerator in the parentheses, but that's okay because the order of operations will still be all right on this one. So here we have it, 0.01097, so when you round, it'll bump it up to 0.0110. Okay. A little trick too is you could always go to your mode and go down to your float, and you could actually put 4, so it'll round everything to 4 decimals. So now, if I were to enter that again, you see it automatically rounds it for me. I'll show you another little trick too. You notice that in both these problems, the numerators were the same, right? Because the p-value was the same. So you could take advantage of this store function. So one thing you might want to do is do like 0.14 times 1 minus 0.14. Okay, and you can enter that. So that's actually your P times Q, or P times 1 minus P. And then I could store that, and I could store it as a letter, like for example, alpha, where's P? Well, I'll just put N for numerator. How's that? Okay, so now my numerator is set. So now if I was to do it, for example, let's do the last one where you have N equals 500. Okay, we should get 0.0155. So here we'll go ahead and use the square root function again. But this time we already have our numerator just saved as N. So I'll go ahead and put N there and then divide it by the little n, which is in this case 500. Okay, so this one should work a lot better. It's easier to read anyway. So you can store it as a numerator, as you can store it and assign a letter to it. Then you can reuse that. See, at any point in time I hit alpha n, it shows me 0.1204. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks.